Life is full of choices. Whether it's where to go, what to eat, or how to just have fun and relax. So join us as we discover all about loving life. Been in a car wreck? Perhaps just now you realize you're hurting in places you never hurt before. Muscle aches, stiffness in joints. Can't find an MD who will take you because you've been in a car accident? Look no further. Dr. Wes Johnson is familiar with car accident injuries and is able to help you. First Choice Family Healthcare will even accept a third-party lien and wait to be paid. Your car's being repaired, so should you. Call First Choice right now at 954-0050 to get back on the road to recovery. Just when you thought there was no hope, there is hope.
I have not been able to lay down flat on my back in a year without pain. On a scale of 1 to 10, between a 7 and an 8.
Find out yourself with a consultation and a free test. Now it's your time. Call me at 790-1332.
It feels completely different. That's amazing.
Call 790-1332 to reserve your seat. Life. It's not as easy as it used to be. There's stress at every turn. And when you think that your bed would be a safe haven, you can't sleep. When you can't sleep, it leads to other problems in the body. Dr. Tim Weir, author of You're Not Crazy, An Overcomer's Guide to Fibromyalgia, has put together a formula just for you. He's combined magnesium, vitamin D, potassium, and some other minerals that help you relax. Then he went one step further. He added MSM for joint health and stability. Now, those are all good, but what's more important is, how do you get them into the body? Pills oftentimes don't dissolve. How about a great lemon raspberry flavored drink? This is a powder that you add water to, and it begins to absorb immediately in the mouth. And you start feeling the changes sooner. Go online to www.relaxformula.com. That's www.relaxformula.com.
I love artists, I love people who create. So we're at Carolina Ballet. We're going to meet the guy who actually composed the music for Beauty and the Beast, and we're going to watch a little bit of the rehearsal. Beauty and the Beast is going to be May 17th through the 20th at the Memorial Auditorium. So let's check it out a little bit more. You know, you've heard me say it many, many times before. I believe your greatest gift that you have from God is your ability to create, whether that's music, art, whatever it may be. And I'm with Karl Moraski here at Carolina Ballet. Karl, good to meet you. Now, you know, I play keyboard, but I've heard you play a little bit here, and so I'm just going to kind of stand here with you. When did you start playing?
It's interesting the way you open up, because I believe it's a gift, and I started plinking out things when I was about 2. My mom tells the story of her being in the kitchen mopping the floor, and everyone else was at school, and they had an old piano that was left in the house, and she heard We Three Kings.
Oh my Lord.
And she said she came in and she looked and she said, "Did you just play something?" I guess I said, "Yeah." And she said, "You play it again." So I played it again, and she said from there, they realized I had some kind of gift. And I guess when I was about 3 and a half, they took me to a teacher locally. They said, there's a lot of young students she takes, and she's really good with young students. So I went and met with her and started lessons then. And so I've been I don't remember not playing.
Now, do you play by ear or?
Originally, at 2, I played by ear.
Yeah.
But right away at 3 and a half, you know, she started with music, and she had enough people who had come in with, you know, they call it perfect pitch, something like this. So you hear something, you can kind of mimic it. So I was studying music to learn to read, but at a certain point you're cheating all the time. You can't help it.
I know.
So really what she did was start giving me more and more advanced things for my age so you couldn't cheat anymore. You can't play. You can't hear that as a
Right.
kid and say, "Oh, I can play that."
Yeah.
But simple things you can. So right away, I progressed. By the time I was, I'd say probably 14 or 15, I was playing major works, and so she kind of took me on the fast track.
Yeah. And then you started writing.
Even way back then, there's 7 siblings. I'm the 5th. Yeah, I'm the 5th. And my mom had a baby when I was about 6. And back those days, you couldn't go in the hospital, and he died before they were able to bring him home. So I had written this little song called The Littlest Angel, with my little manuscript. And, of course, my parents were moved, and I took it and played it for my teacher, and she was very moved by it. And so even that, excuse me, was kind of an innate gift.
Exactly.
Again, and it's not something you can claim, I don't think.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, you're at Carolina Ballet working on Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, it'll be our 2nd time. It's the first revival. We premiered it 3 years ago, and it was a great experience, and it was a very emotional time. And it was really, really a powerful time in my life.
They probably want me to try out for the Beast.
You're too good looking.
God bless you for saying that. So the songs that you write for that, how do you get the?
Yeah, it all comes from the same place, as you
Yeah.
apparently know. But what we did, we spent the summer before, we spent about 2 days, I met up with Ricky Weiss, artistic director, at his house, and we watched an old black and white film. First, we had to learn how to tell the story. How do we want to tell it?
Right.
And decide what characters and what is it going to look like in big picture. And once we decided on that, we knew. So well, we just did Cinderella 2 years before. I had written the music for that. And so, well, that has sisters. It has the same thing, kind of. So we said, well, let's add a brother to the sisters. And there's not much you can do.
Right.
But we eliminated from Disney. We eliminated the candlestick guy. And we have a monkey. We decided we want to do that. He would be her friend, Belle, Beauty's
Yeah.
friend, and take her through the castle and kind of show
Oh,
her
that's
around
cool.
and all that. So we decided on that. But we really didn't start working on it till January. So, you're premiering in May, and I had this idea all along that I wanted to include song, because Cinderella just had piano, and budget-wise, it's all they can afford. So I told them the biggest challenge was not people getting bored of 70 minutes of piano.
Right.
So making all the colors on the piano, and the biggest compliments I got from Cinderella were that sometimes it sounded like an orchestra. I never thought, you'll be up here, anything. So you had to really go from nothing to everything I had.
Exactly.
And keep it coming back and forth, and it seemed to work. But I told him this time I'd like to add something. So I had a keyboard, there's 3 little variations. One was a flute, a harp, and a violin. But then we wound up hiring a violinist. A girl goes to our church, said, I'll do it for free. She said, I'd love to do this. I'm like, are you kidding? So I said, that's perfect for Ricky and his budget. So she offered to do it, so I included her, and I wanted to do some songs. And my daughter had a great singing voice, and she was a senior in high school then. And I said, Ricky, what do you think about having some songs, just a few here and there? She can be the heart of Beauty. And there's a kid, he graduated the year before, I heard in the high school musicals, a bit more of a trained singer, to be the heart of the Beast and have some of these emotions while they're dancing just from the pit. And he wasn't that crazy about it, but went along with it. And then I had the idea, I wanted some narration to set it up, and here and there in between, and he did not want to do that. And sounds crazy, but I prayed a lot about it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do that, and I thought it was important it was a difficult time for me. My brother, I don't know how much you want to go into it, but my next older brother, he was diagnosed with cancer right around February. And within 6 weeks, he passed away. His wife 6 weeks later. I mean, it was the girl who was playing Beauty. She had just gotten pregnant. So you had death, life, all these emotions in the studio while we're creating the thing. And it was, when I said it was an emotional time, it
absolutely.
was. So I had this idea. I wanted to kind of be, a tribute to them and their love. I mean, they were taking care of each other. Both had cancer, and it was just a beautiful thing. And so finally, one day he agreed. He said, okay, let's go with the narration thing, but how do you want to do it? I don't want another character on stage. I said, well, I have 5 kids. I said, why don't I be the storyteller? And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, I've never done it before. I said, but from the piano, I'll play. I can do the overture, I'll do the setup, just have a little head mic. And he said, well, what? And then I start writing a script for it, and I remember just saying, I love a great story. And that's how it starts, you know? And this is one of my absolute favorites. I'm gonna chill now thinking about it. We hadn't done it since then. And I share about it. It's a story of love, it's a story of redemption, and all these things. And just one, I mean, it's a really beautiful parallel to a lot of things in life, which are important to me. Yeah. And boy, it was very powerful, and it worked. And we didn't even know 3 weeks before, I think, how are we gonna end it? You know how it ends.
Right.
But it was right after my brother actually passed away. I was at the church where I work, and my wife was in the office trying to find tickets to go home and stuff. And I said, I want to end it like it started. The same lyrics, and I brought it into Ricky and said, how could I have been so foolish? Why did she send her dad to get the rose? Now, why did she go there? Why didn't she go back to save the beast? She stayed home. How could I have been so foolish again? Those lyrics just came back. And I'm like, I said, what do you think? He goes, I like it. That's what only Ricky can say. So, yeah, it was really, I feel as it was inspired work. And,
exactly.
I'm pretty proud of it.
You know, sometimes we look at people and you can hear singers who don't have the depth behind them and the emotion behind them because they haven't gone through things.
Right, yeah, that's true.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the actual production and seeing it on stage.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for taking time to be with
me.
Yeah,
it's a great meeting.
Here's my next relax tip for you. Get some nice herbal tea. Right before you go to bed, just make some nice tea. This happens to have chamomile and mint in it. Excellent for helping you relax at night. And also realize you want caffeine free because caffeine will stimulate the system. You want to stay away from that right before you go to bed. Now you can also do this during the day. If you're a little bit flared up during the day, want to relax a little bit, get some tea and drink it. Don't forget to drink that relax formula either. That's really important right before you go to bed. My tip for you today, relax.
Life. It's not as easy as it used to be. There's stress at every turn. And when you think that your bed would be a safe haven, you can't sleep. When you can't sleep, it leads to other problems in the body. Dr. Tim Weir, author of You're Not Crazy, An Overcomer's Guide to Fibromyalgia, has put together a formula just for you. He's combined magnesium, vitamin D, potassium, and some other minerals that help you relax. Then he went one step further. He added MSM for joint health and stability. Now, those are all good, but what's more important is how do you get them into the body? Pills oftentimes don't dissolve. How about a great lemon raspberry flavored drink? This is a powder that you add water to, and it begins to absorb immediately in the mouth, and you start feeling the changes sooner. Go online to www.relaxformula.com. That's www.relaxformula.com.
Listen, we're talking about the arts, getting creative, doing the thing that you love to do. And I'm with Matt Short today. Matt, good to see you, my friend.
Nice to see you.
Now, listen, you're a great musician.
Thank you.
You love to write music, is that
do.
right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? Do you just sit down and all of a sudden the words and the melody come, or?
I think it's just inspiration. I think every artist is really just channeling some type of energy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like sometimes I'll write a song and I'll feel like, did I write that? It's just almost like it flows through you. It's not,
that's really true.
It's not something that you can force. It's
Yeah.
just, and if you try to force something like that, you can tell. So
Now,
I mean, it flows.
When you were a little kid, did you play any instruments?
Piano.
Really? Okay.
I was forced.
And then you switched to guitar.
Guitar, also lap dulcimer, mostly because of Joni Mitchell. I've been a fan of Joni Mitchell for a long time, and I saw some videos of her on YouTube, and I thought that she was originally playing the guitar, but then I saw that it was the dulcimer. I was like, how does she make that sound with the guitar?
Yeah.
And, so of course now I play dulcimer too. I had to do it because she did it.
I think it's really important to do what you love and love what you do.
Oh yes, that's on my shirt actually.
Hey,
Life is good, company.
Life is good.
It says exactly what you just said on my shirt. My shirt was telling the fortune of the future.
Did they steal that from me? So I'm going to get out of the way.
Okay.
And we're going to enjoy the music of Matt Short.
And I'm going to do a song called Morning Time.
Hey, morning time?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Okay.
and you can catch me, you can find me on Matt Short Music on Facebook. Why not?
You're awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
In the morning time, one and only morning glory. In the morning time, before the sunrise, a new story. Living in a universe full of mystery. Don't know where I come from, but I know where I'm going. You know my thoughts, they're making me. In the morning time is my long time, but not a long time. Living in a universe full of mystery. Don't know where I come from, but I know where I'm going. You know my thoughts, they're making me. Well, I've been trying too hard, been moving upstream. Gonna turn around and let myself be more of who I am. And I'm gonna start right now. In the morning time, feels like a long time, such a long time. In the morning time, morning time. In the morning time.
Been in a car wreck. Perhaps just now you realize you're hurting in places you never hurt before. Muscle aches, stiffness in joints. Can't find an MD who will take you because you've been in a car accident? Look no further. Dr. Wes Johnson is familiar with car accident injuries and is able to help you. First Choice Family Healthcare will even accept a third-party lien and wait to be paid. Your car's being repaired, so should you. Call First Choice right now at 954-0050 to get back on the road to recovery. Life. It's not as easy as it used to be. There's stress at every turn. And when you think that your bed would be a safe haven, you can't sleep. When you can't sleep, it leads to other problems in the body. Dr. Tim Weir, author of You're Not Crazy, An Overcomer's Guide to Fibromyalgia, has put together a formula just for you. He's combined magnesium, vitamin D, potassium, and some other minerals that help you relax. Then he went one step further. He added MSM for joint health and stability. Now, those are all good, but what's more important is how do you get them into the body? Pills oftentimes don't dissolve. How about a great lemon raspberry flavored drink? This is a powder that you add water to, and it begins to absorb immediately in the mouth. And you start feeling the changes sooner. Go online to www.relaxformula.com. That's www.relaxformula.com. Just when you thought there was no hope, there is hope.
I have not been able to lay down flat on my back in a year without pain. On a scale of 1 to 10, between a 7 and an 8.
Find out yourself with a consultation and a free test. Now it's your time. Call me at 790-1332.
It feels completely different. That's amazing.
Call 790-1332 to reserve your seat.
Well, we're right in Broadway. Well, it seems like we're in Broadway, but we're really not. We're in Raleigh, North Carolina, at the Memorial Auditorium downtown. And we're in the dressing room of Beth Leavel. She's around here somewhere.
Somewhere.
There she is.
Somewhere. She has been sighted. In the building.
I am so excited.
Me too.
So good to meet you.
Thank you so much. It's really good to be home.
And what do you do?
Yeah, what's your job here?
Why am I here? I'm the artistic director of North Carolina Theater.
Just
What
a
is
little
that?
thing like
What is that?
I'm basically just supervising the, what the artistic parameters are here, what shows we do, who's the cast, where the vision for the theater for the future.
Well, that is cool. That's pretty important.
It's a little job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little something I do.
We'll let her have it.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So this Steel Magnolias, incredible movie, and I understand incredible on Broadway. And you guys have brought it here.
Yeah, and this is our very first play for North Carolina Theater.
Really?
It's very exciting, yes. We're trying some new things, pushing new boundaries, so it's our first play.
It's such a good play. It's such a good story, and it's so perfect for this theater. It's just kind of a win-win all around. And one of our cast members is from Wisconsin. So
I'm from Wisconsin. I got to meet the cast member.
seriously?
Yeah.
She's from Green Bay.
I'm from Eau
So
Claire.
we have been teaching Southern accents. we went to a restaurant, and it's been really fun. That's just a little bonus.
Got to go to Big Ed's.
Where's that?
Oh, the breakfast place.
Yeah.
It's so great. You have
okay.
to go. You have to
Yeah,
go.
okay.
Had my
Anyway,
first
having a
grits
blast.
there. Yeah.
Having a blast. It's such a great play.
It is a great play, and it's the greatest ensemble of women. And
Women,
it's led so beautifully by Beth, but there's so much laughter and so much heart. It's just a beautiful story.
Now, it's 6 women doing this play. Is it safe for men?
More than safe.
Really?
Yeah, I think you men will really, really enjoy it. Maybe get even a little enlightenment as what happens behind those closed doors at the beauty shop.
All right.
Actually, there's a line, a reference to that. My character says, she says, "Is your husband going to come by?" And I go, "No, Drum would never set foot in a beauty shop. It's women's territory. He probably thinks we all run around naked." So you can come to the show to see if indeed we all run around naked.
There you go.
We don't.
Now, you're from Raleigh originally.
Yeah, originally. I went to Broughton High School, Meredith College, and UNCG, and then I moved to New York.
Wow.
I know. So it is like being home.
And then she moved from New York to Raleigh.
How about that?
Yeah, I actually live in Raleigh, and I go back and forth because I'd like to keep a hand in what's going on in the theater community in New York and kind of bridge, be a pipeline directly from there to here.
That
and
is
that's actually how
awesome.
Beth and I know each other. We did the Drowsy Chaperone together.
She was my assistant director.
Yes. Role for which she won a Tony Award.
Thank you very much.
Right here.
I understand the accolades go on and on.
Yes, they do. But we've done a bunch of things since then. We did Drowsy Chaperone, Elf, a show called
Elf,
Minsky, so
yeah.
I'm lucky enough to be with this broad from time to time.
And
That's
North
awesome.
Carolina is lucky enough to have this broad
Yeah.
here.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's an amazing, because in the show we deal with, I believe the greatest gift you have from God is your ability to create
Oh, sure.
and to be artistic.
Absolutely.
And you both are doing incredible jobs doing that.
Thank you. We're
Thank
really
you so
lucky.
much.
Really lucky.
Now, do you have anything coming up in the future together?
We hope so.
Yeah, you never know. We'll get some
Our
irons in the fire.
Yeah, if I hear she's doing something, I'm like, what? What is she doing?
Yeah,
Where?
I would
How do I
jump
get
at
in
the
it?
chance. Anytime I can get my hands on her.
Back at you. So
Okay, now, so most people have seen the movie. Who in the movie are you actually portraying?
I play the role that Sally Fields
Okay.
played in the movie.
Is this the one where you fly around? Is that?
Yes.
That's-
No.
No, that's.
That's a curtain call.
Okay.
But
I'm glad you let me talk to you today.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
I think you're going to have a fabulous performance.
I can't wait.
Thank you so much.
And this is a great place to come. What an awesome opportunity we have in Raleigh, North Carolina to see this kind of talent.
Thank you.
You owe me. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Loving Life. I want you to know that your greatest ability, your greatest gift from God is your ability to create and to let that creation come out of you. So if it's been a long time since you've played the piano, sit down and play. If you haven't drawn or painted for a long time, get out the canvas and try again. You're going to be amazed as you let that energy come through you. Life is going to flow again. Let me encourage you to do something. If you love to sing, love to do stuff like that, if you've written your own songs and you'd like to share them with us to be on Loving Life, jot me an email, Dr. Weir at drtimweir.com. Let me know what you've got. You might just be on the show one day. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back for the next episode. Please go to my website, www.drtimweir.com. See you next time.